Are you trying to find the best video editing setup for your Windows PC? Something that actually fits what you do? Whether you're just starting out or you've been grinding content for a while, I've pulled together the top options right now, both free and paid, and I'll walk you through who each one is best for, where they shine, and where they kind of fall short. Stick with me, and by the end, you'll have a crystal clear idea of which tool to try first for your specific workflow and ultimate content goals. Quick note before we jump in, I'll also be talking about a tool we've been using lately that solves a ton of the repetitive stuff creators absolutely hate, especially when you're trying to turn long videos into short, shareable clips. It's not trying to replace every editor you might use, but it's a huge time saver if you seriously want to scale your content output week over week. I'll naturally compare this automation tool to the other apps as we go, so you can immediately see where it actually helps save you precious time. All right, option number one is the basic one that's now actually bundled right there with Windows. We're talking about Clipchamp. Think of this one as the modern, completely updated version of Windows Movie Maker that's built for today's content creation needs. If you just want to do simple edits, stitch a few clips together, slap on a title card, and add a quick transition, this application is great for those basic tasks. The interface is super clean, it utilizes a simple drag and drop function, and it's incredibly approachable if you're not into diving deep into complex, techie menus. It supports multiple video layers, all the common aspect ratios like widescreen, portrait, and square social sizes, and you can even record directly inside the app, covering webcam, microphone, and screen capture all built in. The very best part here is that the free tier is genuinely useful, offering no forced watermark unless you choose to use premium assets and letting you export high-quality 1080p video. Honestly, that 1080p export capability covers the vast majority of creators out there who are focused on delivering clear, good-looking content. Now, every tool has its ceiling, and Clipchamp's limitation is that it is intentionally kept simple for accessibility. If you need deep color correction work, frame-accurate timeline editing, or high-end motion graphics integration, this is definitely not the tool you should be reaching for. Crucially, it also doesn't automate the repurposing of long-form content into dozens of short clips. You still have to do all of that manual work yourself or rely on longer, more complex workflows. Moving on, option 2 is CapCut, which is probably the most talked about application for creators across all platforms right now. It's truly cross-platform, working on Windows, Mac, iPhone, Android, and they do a surprisingly decent job of syncing your active projects between all your different devices. CapCut is decidedly heavier on creative effects and pre-made templates than Clipchamp, and they've packed in some truly insane cutting-edge AI features like auto captions, background removal, and AI voices. The user interface is still quite friendly, meaning beginners can pick it up and start making videos very quickly, but you'll also find a lot more advanced creative tools if you want to start experimenting with style. Why people love CapCut is the sheer speed and the massive library of creative effects you can use to crank out trendy shorts very fast. But there are some real annoyances creeping in, particularly regarding their pricing and confusing export policies. It seems like they used to be a near-perfect free tool, but now they are constantly nudging users toward the Pro subscription for features that were previously available for free. Moreover, CapCut is still fundamentally focused on making a single, compelling video. It isn't built for the scale of taking one long live stream and turning it into an organized bundle of shorts scheduled over many weeks. Next up on our comparison list is Descript, which is honestly the one I'm a little bit obsessed with because it completely rethinks the editing process entirely. You import your footage or record directly, the app instantly transcribes everything, and then you literally edit the text transcript to edit the video itself. Want to remove an unwanted filler word or cut out an entire rambling sentence? Just delete that text in the transcript and the corresponding video section automatically follows the edit. For creators who focus heavily on talking head videos, interviews, or long-form monologue content, this text-based approach is an absolute game changer. It also boasts powerful AI features, including the ability to automatically remove filler words, clean up bad takes after recording, enhance poor audio, and even correct small visual quirks like your eye gaze. Descript's biggest strength is the massive speed and simplicity it brings to any workflow that is primarily based on spoken word content, saving you hours by shifting editing into a document mindset. It also exports very easily into other professional editors like Premiere or DaVinci Resolve if you want to finish your project with a specific creative tool. Where Descript isn't ideal is if you are trying to build highly stylized videos packed with complex motion graphics, or you need an editor that doubles as your main VFX and motion toolkit. That brings us to the fourth heavy hitter in our lineup, the absolute powerhouse known as DaVinci Resolve. The free version of Resolve is frankly insane because it includes professional-grade editing, motion graphics, VFX, industry-leading color grading, and Fairlight audio tools all packed into one application. Resolve is essentially a complete end-to-end post-production ecosystem, offering dedicated, powerful pages for editing, color correction, motion design, and sound mixing, which is why studios use it for feature films. If your ultimate goal is achieving absolute frame-level control, advanced color correction, or implementing node-based effects, Resolve is unequivocally the right choice for you. The major downsides here are its inherent complexity and its substantial system requirements, meaning this is absolutely not the starting point for absolute beginners. Also, if your main goal is to churn out dozens of short, optimized clips from one long video every single week, Resolve gives you the tools but not the automation, forcing manual in-out point marking and constant file exporting. So, Where does all this comparison leave us when we look at your specific needs? If you just want to quickly edit single videos, Clipchamp and CapCut are super user-friendly. Descript is phenomenal for any talky content, and Resolve is the pro-grade studio when you demand precision and polish. But there's one big recurring pain point for nearly every modern creator that none of these tools perfectly solve: the massive chore of scaling content repurposing. If you publish a weekly long-form video and you want to turn that single source into a steady drip of shorts, reels, and TikToks with captions and scheduling, you don't want to spend hours on manual edits. That's precisely where an extra specialized tool that automates this entire content pipeline becomes incredibly valuable. And this brings us to Vizard. I'm not saying you should replace your favorite editor. Think of Vizard as a dedicated content multiplier that integrates seamlessly with your existing creative stack. You keep using Clipchamp for quick Windows edits, CapCut for on-the-fly social edits, Descript for transcript cleanup, and Resolve for the final master. But Vizard jumps in after recording to do the boring heavy lifting, like finding viral moments and handling the scheduling. First, Vizard automatically detects the most engaging, high-attention parts of your long videos and creates short clips that are basically ready to post right out of the box. Second, it features an auto-schedule function, where you set your desired publishing frequency, and the AI queues clips to your content calendar without you manually uploading each one. Third, it provides a unified content calendar UI where you can easily review, tweak titles or thumbnails, and publish all your repurposed clips across all platforms from one single dashboard. Compared to Clipchamp, Vizard doesn't replace simple editing. It complements it by taking your long projects and spitting out dozens of smart, platform-optimized shorts automatically, thus breaking the repetitive cut and export loop. CapCut is amazing for trend-chasing effects, but Vizard's strength is scale and consistency, allowing you to generate a week or month of clips without the export friction, then polish top performers in CapCut if needed. You can absolutely use both Descript and Vizard together. Clean your raw file with Descript's text editing, then feed the resulting master into Vizard to auto-generate clips and handle the scheduling, which dramatically cuts time while retaining creative control. For pros, use Resolve for the cinematic master edit, and then feed that into Vizard when you need high volume and consistent distribution across social platforms, maximizing both quality and reach. Let's imagine a real-world workflow where you record a 45-minute interview. First, you use Descript to clean up filler words for a tight master edit. Then you import that cleaned master into Vizard, where it automatically finds 20 to 30 strong moments, formats them into portrait and landscape variants, adds captions, and cues them directly in the calendar. You simply review those clips, make minor title tweaks if desired, hit schedule, and now your channels have a steady stream of content while you start recording the next episode. When we talk about pricing, all these tools vary widely. Clipchamp and CapCut have useful free tiers with caveats, while Descript and Resolve lock advanced features behind subscriptions. Vizard tends to pay for itself incredibly fast because it directly replaces hours of otherwise manual chopping and scheduling, making it a clear ROI play for creators who value consistency above all else. To conclude, if you are a total beginner who only needs to cut and post simple videos, start your journey with either Clipchamp or CapCut today. If your content is mainly spoken word and you want the fastest timeline edits possible, then give Descript a serious try or dive into DaVinci Resolve if you are an aspiring professional wanting ultimate creative control. But if your primary goal right now is aggressive growth, repurposing long content into lots of shorts, staying consistent without burning hours, and automating that entire distribution pipeline, then you absolutely must try adding Vizard into your editing stack. It will not replace your main creative apps, but it is specifically designed to remove the repetitive grind so you can focus entirely on the big ideas and the core content that actually matters to your audience. Let me know down in the comments right now which video editor you are currently using, or which one you are most excited to try out after seeing this breakdown. If you need links to any of these applications, I dropped a bunch of helpful resources and even a free guide in the description below to help speed up your editing process, no matter which tool you ultimately pick. And if you are curious about trying Vizard for yourself to test its automation capabilities, there is a free trial link in there too. It is definitely worth testing if you are serious about scaling your short-form distribution. Catch you all in the very next video, and hey, make sure you grab that free guide if you truly want a faster, more efficient editing workflow. Peace out!